You should have everybody. That's not right. We're going to be going
Okay, here's Curtis. All right, okay, we have,
Representative Crawford.
Here.
Representative Hurst. Representative Jackson.
Here.
Representative Moulton.
Here.
Representative Rice. Representative Easterbrook. Representative Hoover.
Here.
Representative Pinkham. Representative Bennett.
Here.
Representative Ingham.
Here.
Representative Oliver.
Here.
Representative Smith. Representative Stevens.
Here. All right, call first here.
House Bill 352.
Brother Thomas, would you take over as chairman?
House Bill 62 is for 52 is by our chairman. So, Mr. Chairman, will you present your bill?
Okay, the Alabama Cotton Commission, every 10 years there's a referendum that only the cotton producers get to vote on about their checkoff for promotions and research. It's coming up, I think, this next, maybe this fall or winter, whenever it is. And it's been $1 a bale. The board of the Cotton Commission of Alabama Cotton Producers out throughout Alabama wanted to have the increase, could be an increase up to $1.30. So this bill will give them the annual option to set what that is between $1 and $1.30 based on whatever feedback from the cotton producers. The bill is voted on. The farmers, cotton growers will have a chance to vote it up or down. So that's what this bill.
Mr. Chairman, I'd give Bill a favorable report.
It's been moved,
Second.
second, to give the bill a favorable report. All in favor of giving the bill a favorable report, say aye.
Aye.
Opposes? So this is, the bill is given a favorable report.
Thank you, Brother Thomas.
And this is by their own agency doing it themselves.
That's right.
And I'm gonna ask a question how this bill is favorable. How will the sanctions affect us in tariffs?
I would say if you on cotton, you know, I could imagine it could have an impact on a lot of things.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Hard working list.
That's what I'm talking about. Anything going outside today.
Oh, good work,
I
Ron.
have,
Here,
I have Rick Oates, State Forestry, and as you know, I don't know how much rain and work and the inch around here, I guess, but he wants to bring us up to date on our wildfires in Alabama and sort of where we are on those and what we've done. So Rick, if you would please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As State Forestry, I don't often come before the Forestry, Ag and Forestry Committee, but I did think it was important to just bring y'all some information on the recent wildfires we've had, because I know they've been in the news a lot. And I just talked to Danny the other day about giving us 5 minutes just to kind of bring y'all up to date with what we're seeing, so y'all kind of know if you get questions from your constituents, what the situation looks like. As you can see from the table I presented there, in the last 5 days we've had almost 400 wildfires, which is a lot for us. The men and women of our agency have done a great job putting out those fires and controlling them. And I will also say the rain God gave us last night helped a whole lot too. But our guys have done a great job over the last 5 days putting those fires out. As you can see, over the last 5 days, we've had almost 7,000 acres wildfire, which is I'm not mistaken, about a fourth of what we usually get in a year in terms of acres. So that's in 5 days, that's a lot of wildfires. And also down there, just for trivial information, yesterday was the most wildfires we've ever had, at least in the last 20, 25, 30 years that we've been keeping records of number of wildfires in one day. We had 181 fires that our employees responded to. So they were busy and did a lot, and most proud and excited to say no injuries, no accidents, everybody was safe. So we were excited about that, and also just want to add that we couldn't do what we do without the support of the legislature, of course. The funding and other things y'all give us is outstanding and huge help, but also the volunteer fire departments in the state. For every fire we go to, I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but they probably go to 5 at least for every fire we go to. So they are, they're an integral part of what we do, and we love to be able to support them and help them in what they do. I wanted to ask John, we're coming up and talk to y'all just for a minute about fire potential and what we're going to see and possibly in the next month or so, and also kind of why these fires have been happening. I forgot to cover that.
Okay, so 181 fires, that's more firefighters than we have. I mean, when we're running 2 million teams, that's everybody pretty much on the list too. So yesterday was very, it was good exercise we wanted to do very often when we're running that much. I think you guys have this map maybe on the second page, so that's kind of the outlook for March for the southeastern part of the United States and the south central. So we're just kind of trending. This is really not too out of the ordinary for March at times. Low RHs like we experienced over the weekend, like in the teens. That's pretty strange. We usually don't get them that big of a run for that long. But there's another predicted RH drop, I think on the 10th, and then towards the end of that week, there's like a 4 or 5 day period where we're liable to have no RHs. So we'll be keyed up for it and try to put the word out. The cause of a lot of these fires, so we restrict and kind of have jurisdiction over prescribed fire, agriculture, silvicultural fires without the state or throughout the state. So restricting permits are usually it's just kind of restricting the people that know what they're doing. And kind of giving them a heads up that hey, it's going to be dry. But so a lot of the fires that we were going to were debris burning, leaves and sticks and stuff behind the house. So you can burn legally, but we don't have jurisdiction over that. And then there's you guys. I'm not telling you guys anything. There's a fair amount of trash burning, things like that going on too. And those folks didn't necessarily get the word of the conditions that we're in. So a lot of our fires were just and I'll point out that like in 2016 when we had the Gatlinburg burn was a very active. We had over 100 fires that day with a lot of acres lost. That was at the end of the drought. How are you? Good to see you. So there was this big push over really to that point in month where people have been hammered like this drought. Signs go down there say no burn. Governor signed a no burn, which is no burn for everything. So this was a very short, quick kind of flash in the pan weather event that really kicked all this off. So the awareness wasn't necessarily there like it is at times.
Well, after that inch of rain, do we have any fires still active?
We'll not actively like crossing the landscape, but we still have some open that we're patrolling, going back and checking on, securing lines. Because after the front goes through, you have a period of dryness right after that. The sun will come out, the wind will blow. So we'll make sure all those fires are buttoned up over the next few days.
I got a question. No, you go ahead, Ryan.
I just want to see, y'all still put in the budget for replacement of brush trucks this year? we had had some.
Not yet, but I'm hopeful that ends up in there.
Okay, we had had some conversation regarding that over on the western side of the state. I was just curious. The request is in already.
That's how much
I
requested
included
items,
Yeah.
brush trucks, old ones, new ones.
What we wanna do, we use brush trucks, we've got about 20 of them. We use those in some areas to fight fires, but they're at a point where we need to replace them. For our daily use, they're not quite what we need anymore. We'd like to give those to volunteer fire departments and get money from y'all to purchase new ones so that we can replace our fleet of them and then give those old ones to volunteer fire departments. And we'll work with volunteer fire departments to maintain them and keep them up and keep them running. And they're, all of them are most of them in pretty good shape.
Oh, they're good.
So it'll,
Two questions, right? So, first question I got, is there an agreement with the counties that if your dozer is tied up or whatever, equipment, can they go in and use the county's equipment? Because we run into that once before in Montgomery County when I was commissioner. We had about 200-acre fire. And we had one side of the road, we had y'all's dozer, and then the county, we had to call them in. But they said, no, we can't use it on private property. So is there something that we need to do, or is there an agreement already with that, or what? Because we got the resources in the county commission.
But the person running that tractor doesn't, no offense, so should they push their fine, but do they know what to do on the wildfire? So that would be my hangup. Is the person who putting on that tractor on that fire? And if it's
life at risk.
yeah, and if it's to that point, they hadn't had training, so if it's to that point, we need an additional people. It's probably a bad situation.
Is that something we need to look at with the county, to have that person that, we got them qualified to drive a dump truck,
Right. That'd be man, so it's a
There's
good
times
discussion.
we're moving to, it's just good to have that, like you say, you're spread so thin, already, it'd be great to have that, we've got the equipment there, why don't we have somebody to operate? But that's something, so the next
that'd be a
question,
good thing for us to talk about and look
I
at.
called to get a burn permit last fall, and I was burning brush piles. And it was less than a quarter of an acre, I didn't need one. I want a burn permit, it's gonna be a half acre, or whatever the case is, I made them give me a burn permit.
Right, and that's fine.
So, but why don't you have that? Because that brush pile is just as dangerous, of course, that guy burning trash same way. But if you're gonna burn 5 acres or 10 acres.
I'm gonna say it's probably more dangerous because that person probably doesn't know what they're doing and doesn't have the equipment to stop a fire.
So, I know you said you didn't have the authority to do that, that's out of y'all's wheelhouse, basically.
Yeah, some
How do we get
states.
that back into your
Well,
authority?
we had that conversation this morning.
Yeah.
It's something we need to talk about. We want to talk about it internally, then come to y'all and with a solution.
I think anything we can do to be more proactive, because it seems like it's happening, not only here, but everywhere. And I think we need to be ready, because it's structures and lives at stake. We were lucky this time we didn't have any lives. How many structures, you had 27 structures?
I don't know, the only number I heard was 20.
That was old abandoned barns.
Yeah, I'm talking about houses as well.
All right, thank you guys. What y'all do?
I did want to touch on
Let me
permits.
ask,
Yes, sir, Mr. Jackson.
I was watching the news, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yes.
You said 181 fires in the state yesterday.
Mhm.
I was in my district on the weekend in Clark County, Ringo, South Carolina. Does these things have to do something to do with climate change or what? That we're having these type of fires? We never had these type of fires like this before.
Well, none that you can remember, but there were at times that we've had fires. Fires are it's cycle. Every 10, 15 years, if you're gonna have a dry weather, and vice versa, you're gonna have some wet years in there.
There was one in the lake village, came out of Mobile County. Washington County.
Yeah, that was just on that end. I'm talking about, girl, it's all over the place though.
I'm not sure where to blame it, but it's cyclic, like John said.
Drought, and that's all got to do with weather, drought, climate.
It is certainly related to drought and lack of rainfall and low humidities and all those things.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, we appreciate your time.
And keep us posted on what your
We will.
needs are, we'll share it with
All right.
the chairman and the appropriate committee. Well, Commissioner Rick Pate, Rick, you got, would you like to say something? You are without words?
Sir?
You are without words? Rick?
I got plenty I can say, I just think I want to take up y'all's time.
Well, we go in 13 minutes.
Chairman, I was gonna also show thank you for the update, that email, giving us updates about that fires in our area, so that kind of good.
Do all of y'all get those emails that when we have over 100-acre fire in your district?
I may not have.
I need to go back and check, but you should be, if we have over 100-acre fire in your district, we should be sending, you should be getting an email from us about it.
I appreciate that. All right, nothing else? We stand adjourned.
I need to.
I didn't get the phone call.
We were talking down the hall.
See you.
How was your lunch? Everything good? Better wait for us to request
John.
Yes, sir.
John.
All right.
See, sir.
We've been trying to establish
All right.
volunteer.
Yes, sir. I'm great. How are you, sir?
Good, just running.
Running? You gonna run the bases this afternoon?
No.
No? Okay.